Don't get blinded by the light from fame. We're all ordinary people at the end of the day. We make decisions, some good, some bad, but we all pushing for things we never had.
Ordinary people with extraordinary ways.
Yeah.
Everyday people trying to make a way.
It's just us.
Ordinary people with extraordinary ways.
Yeah.
Trying to make a difference step by step each day. It's just us.
Hi, I'm Charlene. Welcome to It's Just Us. On today's show, we'll discuss vaccinations and healthy meal choices for children. And joining me to discuss meal choices is Chef Aaron Sanchez. You'll know him from the Food Network. So, Chef, help us out here. Schedules are changing now. How can we prepare healthy meals for our children?
Yes, well, it seems to be a struggle for all parents. You know, when you want them to eat better, they got fast food at every corner, temptation to eat bad things at all times. So you really got to be persistent and dedicated to the cause. So I use the beginning of the school year with my kids to figure out, okay, what's important, what are we going to try that's new, and that's how I go about it.
Okay, so that's a good idea. So why are you so passionate about this?
Well, you know, I grew up in a restaurant family. My mama had a restaurant for 30 years in New York. My grandmother's a great home cook, author of a cookbook as well. And we're actually 3-generation cookbook authors. So I have it in the blood for sure. And I'm just trying to now pass that on to the new generation, to my family, so they can sort of continue the torch and make sure that they know the importance of maintaining your culture, your family identity through food.
Okay, got it. Then you know, oftentimes we sacrifice good taste for something that's healthy. But please, Chef, tell us, how can we get something that tastes good and that's good for us?
Yeah, that's always a struggle. And I think the biggest misconception is that you have to let go of flavor in order for something to be good for you, and that's not the key. And I think Latin food really lends itself to that, because the perception is that it's full of cheese, it's cooked in lard and et cetera, but it's really not. And I have some wonderful example, Ms. Charlene, if I could share with you about how to do that. And right here I have a couple dishes. I have this wonderful ceviche, which is marinated seafood. I'm using scallops in this case, with lime juice. It's over an avocado puree. It has a real simple garnish of shaved fennel, some pickled onion, and those red grapes. Because look, right now I'm all about grapes from California. It's available May through January. They are just delicious. They're versatile. They're distinct in flavor. And I'm using the red ones in this recipe. And then over here, I have some snapper that's marinated with some Yucatan flavors, chile habanero, some different spices. I've actually gone ahead and wrapped that in banana leaf. You can cook it on the grill or steam it in your oven. And then I've garnished that with a little relish of the green grapes, which have a little bit more of that bitterness to them, a little bit of that sharp acid, and some chili jalapeno, which is awesome. And then to finish, we're all grillers. We all love to be outside. I got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs that have been grilled. And they got like a little spice rub on top of them. And then I glazed them with some roasted black grapes with some chipotle peppers that have that smokiness to them. So sweet, think barbecue sauce when it comes to that.
Wow, that looks amazing, Chef. But you know, I'm a chicken girl, so I'm so glad you brought in the skinless and boneless chicken.
Yeah, and it's affordable, it's economical, it's easy to do. You can marinate the chicken thighs ahead of time, you know, right when you come home with the kids, pick them up from school activities, throw those things on the grill, and you got that little simple glaze. You're making a lot of people happy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tough question here, Chef. Do you have a favorite ingredient or a favorite recipe?
Oh, there's so many to speak of. I mean, I just love cooking for the kids. I love making enchiladas, you know, something simple with a real light kind of chili-based sauce with roasted tomato and onion. I love doing this kind of sopa seca, which is kind of like a Mexican-style risotto, where I toast alphabet pasta, and I put a little salsa in there and some cheese. The kids love that one. And just really trying to introduce some fun flavors for the kids. I love taking those green grapes from California and freezing them, and then I give them to the kids when we're at the pool when it's hot out. They love that.
Cool. So it sounds like you're taking some active steps, Chef, towards bringing together the flavor and the nutrition and helping parents to make some better choices for their children.
Absolutely. We got to lead by example.
So where can we go to get more information?
Ms. Charlene, I appreciate that question, because let me tell you, everyone thinks you can't cook like a chef or whatever because I'm on TV and all that. That's not the case. It's easy to do. You can get all the ingredients at your local store, and you can go to grapesfromcalifornia.com, or if you want, like the fancy kids that like to be on the social media, go with the hashtag Go With Grapes, and then that will kind of give you that Go With Grapes, and it'll go with all these wonderful recipes, and more importantly, giving some health options to those kids, man. That's what we need to do. That's our most important commodity, which is our youth. Let's make sure we take care of them.
So go with grapes or go home. Chef, thank you so much for being on today's show.
Absolutely. Miss Charlene, I appreciate speaking with you, and I appreciate your time.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out the words.
World music, playing track now.
No.
Let me try. Our daughter gets confused about which details in a story are important.
Which paper towels are most absorbent?
What?
Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Let's talk today about vaccinations. Joining me to discuss this topic is Dr. Jennifer Arnold. Dr. Arnold, why are vaccinations such an important topic for you?
Well, thank you for asking. From my perspective, vaccines are near and dear to my heart. It is a critical element to maintaining health for infants, newborns, children, even adults today. And on a personal level, I'm a parent first and foremost, and I have 2 kids who we adopted from China and India. And for their, from their perspective, from their countries, vaccines were not a given. And so one of the very first things that we had to do was, when we brought them home, is to get them up to date and caught up on their immunizations to maintain the best health that we can. Secondly, I'm a neonatologist, so I'm a physician who takes care of critically ill newborns, and I've had the misfortune to care for babies, sadly, that have suffered from the potential life-threatening consequences of these preventable diseases.
Okay, so I see why this is important for you personally. You've actually lived this firsthand. Well, there's conversations about, vaccinations not being good. There are the pros and cons of it, but we're not going to focus on that part. Your interest is more in timing and scheduling. So why is it important to have vaccinations on time?
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm very excited about raising awareness about the scheduling, the dosing, the frequency, the timing of these immunizations. And that's because when you give these vaccinations is actually critical for them to be most effective. And what I'm excited to partner with Pfizer about is the opportunity to raise awareness for that timing. Specifically, if you can imagine any infant or newborn, there are many different things that they're growing and changing on a developmental timeline, right? So for example, babies, they might crawl or walk or coo, smile, talk at very specific timelines in their development. And the immune system is really no different. It has its own timeline, and it's developing as it should in any infant or child. And so when vaccines are most effective, and the dosing intervals that they're recommended is based on that developmental milestone for the immune system. So it's really critical for parents to understand that timeline so that they can make sure and ensure that their child is getting their immunizations when they're needed and when they're actually most effective.
So doctor, what could happen if a child misses a dose?
Great question. If a child misses a dose, first and foremost, I tell my patients, families, and even friends who ask not to panic. It actually is something that you can fix with a catch-up program. So talk to your pediatrician, call your pediatrician when you identify that you've missed a dose or you might be behind, and have a conversation with them to plan out a catch-up schedule so that you can get your child back on track. And that's something that I had to do with my kids coming from China and India because they were a little behind. So we made a plan to catch them up.
So having a plan in place is always an important thing to do. But there's a program that's happening now called TWIBN. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, yes. So basically, one of the most important things that I hope to share with parents is the opportunity to get the facts, get reliable information about immunizations so that they're empowered to make the right decisions in the health of their child. And part of that is through a great website that I think is very user-friendly for very busy parents. I myself find it very helpful, called babyvaxfacts.com. That's babyvaxfacts.com. And within that website, there are great resources for parents in terms of the timing, the schedule, the different types of diseases that these vaccines are intended to prevent. And in addition to that is the TWIBN campaign. So this is an opportunity for all parents to essentially raise awareness and put a TWIBN, which is like a ribbon, on your profile, basically photo of your Facebook or your Twitter pages, and help celebrate that milestone of immunizing your child. So it's really meant to be via social media a celebration campaign and to spread the awareness about the importance of vaccinations.
Okay, so I got it. We celebrate everything on social media, so why not celebrate scheduling our vaccinations on time?
Absolutely. It's no time like the present to do that, and it's taking steps to help protect all of our infants and children and even other individuals that are in their adult life from these preventable diseases.
And that website again is?
Absolutely. It's babyvaxfacts.com, and that's babyvaxfacts.com. And like I said, it's a great resource for busy parents who just want to know, have the answers to their questions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arnold.
Thank you so much for having me today. Take care.